Hypno music.
Yeah, gotta let it go. Knees on the ground and I let it go. Yeah, I'm loving my life. Yeah, I'm loving my life. Yeah, gotta let it go. Hands on my knees and I let it flow. Living my life. Yeah, I'm loving my life. Shake it down to my left. Shake it down to my right. Reach towards the sky and widen round and feel fine. Shake it down to my right. Shake it down to my left. Cause I'm feeling blessed. Feeling at my best. So yeah. Cause I'm feeling blessed. So yeah. Cause I'm feeling blessed. So yeah. Man, I'm so grateful. Wake up in the morning, rising thankful. Yeah, I'm loving my life. Yes, I'm loving my life. Hey, that's right, my damn soul. Living in the past, they don't let it go. Living my life, standing the test of time. Shake it down to my left. Shake it down to my right. Reach towards the sky and widen round and feel fine. Shake it down to my right. Shake it down to my left. Cause I'm feeling blessed. Feeling at my best. So
Greetings out there, family, peace and power to you. Welcome to another episode of Revolt Discussion Radio. I am Knowledge Born 7, and I'm also here with my partner, Chi-Town Akil. And we do have a very special guest. This topic is going to be about health and wellness. This is a very, very dope sister in the community, and she does a lot of extraordinary things, and she knows all about health and wellness. Sister Joya Earthlight.
Peace and power, everybody. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
All right, sister. We glad that you, come on and be with us this hour. My question is, what started you on your health journey? What started you on your health journey?
2008, my husband of 7 years was murdered in Detroit in cold blood. A few months later, I had a cancer diagnosis. And because of the sequence of events and where my mentality was, where my mind was, I was 28 years old and already had been studying various aspects of African cosmology, culture, health and wellness already. I decided I wanted to handle my illness my way instead of what they were telling me, because I had just had a baby. It was unacceptable, the diagnosis and the prognosis. So I was introduced to a sister named Dr. Kiefer Lorraine Witherspoon at the time, and she had the Detroit water station, and she gave me a job and she gave me hope. And she also gave me herbs that were grown in the Amazon rainforest that my body responded to. She actually gave me a protocol of things to do to get back to wellness and get back in alignment. And so everything else bloomed from there, right where I was planted.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. That's a beautiful story. You know, I know we all have a journey that we start on as far as like with health and wellness. I think mine was just knowing that knowing the things I put in my body was wrong, and I just want to do better, feel better. You know, so tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, what do you do and how do you do it?
First and foremost, I'm a mother of 9 wonderful children, ages 3 to 24. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, Detroit native, born and bred. Lived in Jamaica for about 5 years and did a lot of research, studying, and living. At one point, I lived in Kenya for about a year, met some wonderful people that I still have in my life today. Wherever I am, it's always my desire to find out what the grassroots community is doing, you know, Pan-African community is doing. And as I grow in knowledge of self and who I am and where I come from, you know, that has grown many branches into the Aboriginal Indigenous movement and lifestyle, just all aspects of who we are as a people. I imbibe in.
Yeah, that's real good. You know, having knowledge of self, knowing thyself, and doing for self. That's one of the biggest things that I stand by and I believe in. And definitely, you know, I heard you mention cosmology earlier. You know, that's what I started off in commerce, learning a little bit of law and you know, learning the laws of the water instead of the laws of the land. So, you know, definitely, you know, after that, I got into the cosmology, ecology of us being melanated and the power that we have. So, you know, that's is always a good thing to have knowledge of self, to know thyself, and to do for self, you know. But I want you to drop a jewel. Give us a jewel as far as I would say a simple way of to if you're trying to start your wellness, your health and wellness. What's a quick way for someone to jumpstart their health and wellness?
Right where they are with what they know, and being honest with yourself about what you don't know, and being open and open enough to learn something new, because it's hard. Like the older we get, we don't want no new friends. We're resistant to new information. And we're conditioned to be that way because truthfully, in this journey of life, we never stop learning. So staying open enough to start your journey, be brave enough to drink 7 cups of water a day. And I'm not saying that I meet the mark for myself, my own standards every day. I'm always trying to hydrate more, always being more conscientious about what I consume with my eyes and my ears and my heart, not just my mouth. So being present in the moment, because that's something it's not easy to tap into that present moment, but the present moment is where the magic is.
Okay. I read a powerful book. It talked about the power of now. Don't worry about yesterday, tomorrow. You have to deal with the now. So I get what you're saying. You know, you starting this wellness kick, deal with the now. You know, take it little bit by little bit, piece by piece, and be honest with yourself and where you need to go and how you need to do it. You know, my biggest thing is herbs. I've been called everything, the voodoo doctor, everything, just by me reading herbal books and learning roots and stuff like that, drinking certain root teas. I drink a lot of root teas. But yeah, I met you a couple of times, and I know you were doing massages. Tell me a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about that, the massages. What does that consist of?
I never thought I would be doing massage therapy. Let me say that. I've been a certified doula since 2012, and my clients wanted to be massaged. They wanted prenatal massage, and at that particular time, there weren't a whole lot of us out there doing that. Actually, being Black, being a doula, doing massage therapy, so it kind of fell on me. And the gift was a gift from spirit, great spirit, whatever you want to call it, because it's not something I'd ever thought I'd do. I was a germaphobe. I really ain't like touching people. It's crazy. It's a trip how life takes you through different stages and stations of the heart.
That's real powerful, and for the audience, when she says she's a certified doula, that means she helps people with natural birth. So she probably does the whole thing, probably the counseling, dealing with the mental, the mind, and the spirit before a young lady has birth. That's for the listening audience. I know some people like, what's a doula?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Childbirth education, breastfeeding support, because it's not easy doing something we haven't been conditioned to do. We've actually been taught not to do it and to give our babies formula because we got to work. So
right.
The whole lifestyle shift that takes place.
Right. I see you rocking the stones. Me and Ken, we like the stones. That's something we do.
Ancient gemstone. I got these two yesterday. Dana, that's my gemologist. That's my shamanic jewelry maker. He's a brother from Detroit down here in Atlanta. I know y'all met brother Dana Uwe Kool-Aid. I'm gonna just slide that in.
Dana Swing. Yeah, he was on this show.
Okay.
Yep.
He's on the show. He's on the show. Yeah. I see. So what the stone you have on, what does it mean to you?
This is the healer stone, labradorite. So I try to keep this close to me. I have a lot of this one. This is real turquoise, like real rare turquoise. And it was a gift Brother Dana gave me yesterday. It was a gift. This is my rose quartz here and here. And I keep that to keep the heart chakra open, because this is where, how people say we astral travel. A lot of people leave from the third eye. I leave from my heart. You know what I'm saying? And I come back to that heart center. And this is just a glass bead. It's not no stone. I'm just wearing it.
Okay. For the
labradorite too.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. For the people out there, chakra is a Sanskrit word, and the Madhu Netta word for chakra is Sukham Shin Ra. I always like to drop knowledge. Of course, that's my name, but I always drop knowledge on the people. And I've been in the Madhu Netta pretty tough and stuff like that. I know. So you've been back and forth here a few years. You get everything situated in Atlanta, Georgia. You have a lot of gifts and talents and things to give the community. So what's in store for you for us futuristically? I heard you mention you got your website up and all that stuff too.
Yes, the website is up and running. Okay. Saw it at the beginning of the show. It's there, Earthlight, and that is my 501c3 nonprofit organization. Okay. I'm using that as a way to communicate and actualize myself with other established associations, governments, organizations, institutions that belong to us.
Okay.
And my mother gifted me with that. She gave me the money to get it started, and I'm gonna do good on it.
How long you had?
It hasn't been a year. I've had my IRS designation since December. I have a program called Bond, Babies Open New Doors, and it's a support circle for sisters. We were pretty active in the spring and throughout the summer. And as I started to make the shift to move me and the children here, I had to fall back a little bit. I'm looking for a new venue because it's time for some new energy with it. And also establish this network of other sisters that's doing the birth work already and introducing myself. You can't just kick down the door and be like, all right, I'm here, I'm setting up shop. No, I really want to cultivate productive relationships with the community here. And so I can serve, because you can't really serve if you come in with an agenda. So
Right.
This is just a part of me. Y'all seen what I do with Sun Lotus. That's the reason why I started coming to Atlanta. It's like, hey, man, they really responding to me here. You know, dudes like my hair wrap out here. I'm coming out here because I was in Huntsville, Alabama, and it was like, okay, is she dressed up for Halloween or what? So I did that for about 8 years until I just couldn't take this shit no more. I was like, all right, we moving to Atlanta. That's it. We moving. And I have some wonderful clients that have really supported me, man, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, financially. And they continue on to date, and they've become brothers and sisters, you know, in this journey.
Yeah,
so,
you joined the UNIA.
Now I was a member in Detroit, but I wasn't an active member. And I did miss a meeting yesterday, I think, but I'm really trying to balance things out with getting the children in the proper school, and I'm working already independently as a CNA. I do home health care, and I incorporate that with the nonprofit. It's underneath Earthlight. It's called Grandma Hands on Paper. My mama came up with that when she was my age, and she didn't follow through on it. So I actually, you know, became a certified nursing assistant, medical assistant as well. And I'm helping our elders because a lot of us don't have health care. I don't have health insurance. I don't care, but you need it sometimes if you need it. If you haven't really been investing in your health earlier in life, you get to be 70, 80, and you need some assistance. So we have a lot of elders out here that aren't accountable, you know, being accounted for as far as their health. And so one of the initiatives I'd like to express through the UNIA's Black Cross Nurse Division is, you know, certifying community health workers so that we can go out there with some basic skills for assessments. Hey, if an elder needs somebody to go grocery shopping, or if they're bedbound and they need care, you know, it's a lot of sisters that are already CNAs here, and we organize and we take care of our people collectively.
Yeah, we do need some
black
nurses.
We do need
John Hargrove's wife is a black nurse as well. So,
John Hargrove's wife a black nurse?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. We definitely gotta take care of our elders. You know, a lot of people, they don't believe in that. I know other ethnic groups or races, they put their elderly in the home and that's it. They go see them, you know, probably on the holidays or something like that.
Maybe, right?
Maybe they don't even keep up with them as far as like what's going on. And you know, when I grew up, we took care of our elder. We took care of our grandma, our grandmother until she passed away. You know, she was here till she was 92 years old. And we got away from that. You know what I'm saying? We got away from a lot of principles, morals, and things that we did as a family in the community. And it was just and it's just crazy. You know, you mentioned about taking care of the elderly, which is a very powerful thing. And we definitely need to stick with that, taking care of the elderly and looking out for our people. That's what we need to do.
Yep. I want to take a minute and introduce my cousin, blood cousin, comrade, and confidant, Chief Django. And he's also a holistic practitioner as well. And we work together with Earthlight, the two of us.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, Chief of the Anya Nation, born and raised in Detroit, part of Turtle Island. Back and forth between Florida and Georgia and Michigan. Basically, we just help anybody who's willing, anybody who deserves and desires. So when they come around, we give them every aspect of each other like we're family or lineage. And as you all know, we're just going to continue to build. No matter where we at, we're just going to keep building forward. And it's nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too.
We were blessed to have Baba James come through this weekend, and the vibe was so strong. We all passed out in the family room and woke up together building, and it was a wonderful thing. Yes.
Are you gonna be at the grill tomorrow?
I'll be there. I'll be doing the food. I'm preparing meals. I'm gonna have the vegetarian option or the vegan option, and then some curry chicken for the chicken eaters, because I don't discriminate. I'm just gonna present an alternative.
Yeah, I'll probably be there later on. Shelly will be there.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah. Tell us about the Hood Health 2022.
This is not something I move forward publicly. This is something I'm compiling research on. so that we know what it is for real. I read an article in the Final Call over the weekend. 6 out of 10 adults in America suffering from obesity. I'm looking at all the statistics for hypertension and diabetes, and it's those three. It's like a triple demon killer in our community, but it's all related, and it all corresponds to what's trapped in our flesh. It's not just the food, it's the traumas that we've absorbed as a people. It's the bad relationships that we have, still these generational curses, so to speak, whatever you want to call it. So we have to address these things holistically. If we just change our diets and we don't change our heart, the disease is gonna move someplace else. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be fat, but we're gonna have a heart attack.
Okay.
So it's just research, because as far as being able to get grants, you have to present a body of knowledge when you do these grant applications for real money. And so they want me to substantiate what I'm asking for with facts and figures. So this Hood Health 2022 is just something, it's still being birthed, it's still in the womb. But I'm talking about intentional lifestyle changes that we must make to resolve diabetes, hypertension, and obesity epidemics in our communities. And it has to be practical, and it has to be, we have to accept it.
Yeah.
True, that's true. Yeah, because all the disease starts in the gut. The gut, if you cleanse out your gut, basically the closest to the vegan diet as possible to be most alkaline as you can be. No disease or virus can live in you if you alkaline enough. So just like balancing out the mucus that's in your body. I know a lot of us, we eat a lot of meat, and that's where the mucus come from. But a lot of people don't know, like, all these diseases and things come from these worms that's inside our digestive system. And when the worm get out our digestive system, that's when the disease and the disease and the viruses come from that.
Because it's attacking major organs, and they'll call it, Western medicine, they'll call it this or that. But what it is the same, usually the same 1 to 3 parasites that have left the colon and gone into the reproductive system. And then it's eating what it's going to eat. And then it's throwing off waste that they're calling ovarian cancer, right, or cervical cancer.
Or herpes.
Yeah, or HIV even. Yeah. I remember in the late 80s, I came across this book, AIDS in the Digestive System. And I became one of the people that give results and counsel, HIV/AIDS counselor, at a very young age. And it was what my old man was doing, and he pulled me into the work. And he told me the truth about it. The testing and all that. It's some bullshit. Yeah. It's not real. They'll never tell you in this society that how big parasites are, that's the only thing there is. Parasites and mucus. And they're interrelated.
They feeding off the salt and the sugar that we put in our body. So every time we decide to put something in our mouth, you are what you eat. And the worms really come from, I know we like it, but the chicken and the beef, it's like they attach itself, the parasite attach itself to it. So when you eat the sea moss that look just like a little worm or parasite, the parasite see the sea moss inside you and attach itself to the sea moss, trying to make a baby or hunch on it, and it die instantly from the minerals. You know what I mean? It die instantly from the minerals that's on the sea moss. So it's a lot of stuff we got to do as a community, but no weapon formed against us shall prosper.
If you've ever spent some time outside of the United States, every 3 months or so, countries have mandatory parasite cleansings. They mandated in the schools, they mandated at home. Make sure you go get your family's parasite cleansed from the pharmacy. It's a big deal. Every 3 months, it's seasonal. We don't do that here, and this place is where it's become a killing field. And a food.
Okay, you mentioned parasite cleaning. What's a good product for that, or is it something that you do herbal wise?
Both. I'm gonna let you go, Cuzzo, because you got it right here.
Well, a lot of different herbs are for different parts of the body. So if the worm gets out your digestive system and starts to use its bowel movement around your body, you tend to see pussy, or depending on where it's at on your body, they're gonna call it a different disease. So you gotta attack that part of the body with that herb. So say it's in your blood, say it's AIDS or it's in your blood. Burdock root, certain types of yellow dot, dandelion, bladderwrack, certain type of herbs. If you put it in teas or tonic, I know a lot of us have Jamaican friends, and if you don't know about some tonic or bitter tonics, you're not islandy. So it's like it's a mandatory to drink tonics down in the island because it's a parasite cleanse. So all those different things that we practice in different parts of America and around the world, we got to start practicing right here in Turtle Island in our part in the so-called United States.
Something simple you could do at home is get you a tablespoon of honey, chop up a clove of garlic in it, throw some cayenne pepper on it. Take it just like that, straight like that. You know,
okay.
Right. Bomb for some parasites in your gut. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I know. I read the Mucilus Diet. I think the guy name was Arnold Ehret.
Mm-hmm.
Old book. I read that book, and then I read Eat to Live. Then I read Eat Right for Your Blood Type. I even made me a list of things that I could eat and cannot eat from a blood type. What's your thoughts on those particular books I just mentioned to you?
I mean, I think it's good to reference them and be able to take the meat and leave the bones, so to speak. But when we looking at health, we need to look at our origins, the foundations of creation, and what's practical to you today as well, and incorporate these other references, these outside things, and approach it holistically. For example, for the last 2 weeks, I've been taking 2 to 4 baths a day because I know that when you're detoxing, your skin is the biggest organ of the body is the skin. So you want to, you use that to your advantage, taking sea salt baths, taking black Himalayan salt baths, and that's a real doozy. That stuff smells like rotten eggs, but it gets the job done. So it's a spiritual thing. It's not just what we're eating because it's going to affect what you're thinking. Like, just approach it holistically, and I think it'll be lasting. It won't be a diet. It'll be a lifestyle.
Yeah, they call it a diet because it kills you to do it.
Yeah.
But some stuff not gonna taste good because them tonics do be bitter. It's not sweet. Yeah. Like the natural honey and the natural maple that's out here.
And we did the aloe vera. I bought a big aloe vera leaf. Cut it open. We rubbed it on our skin real good. I shaved a little bit off in the cup with some lemon juice and downed it. And then that's wonderful just to cut whatever ain't supposed to be there. It's going to kill parasites. It's going to activate your liver. It's going to engage that digestive tract,
Detox. But I wanted to say this about that gut cleanser that you asked about. It's a key one that'll really get to it real good. And I always see auntie and grandma use these things. Now they're called black walnut hulls. But you see them outside, they like usually green acorns. Like you get a few of those with some wormwood and some cloves, and get you some Everclear alcohol. It could be any type of vodka or alcohol, but you put all these things in the alcohol, let it sit for a few weeks in a cool, dry cabinet. Don't let it heat up. Let it get in. And then it's gonna hit them cells instantly. That alcohol gonna go instantly there, and everything that if fermented inside, it's gonna get inside the body and detox out. It's gonna come out either the front end on the urine, on the back end through the feces, or you might end up throwing some of the stuff up. You know what I mean? Might come out the nose, mucus, and then you might see it sweat out under the underarms where the lymph nodes are, and out your pores. So it's all about detoxing, getting all those toxins up out the body, and it's amino acid therapy because amino acid, that's what the DNA is made of. And the worm, once it get outside the digestive, it's coming for your lymphatic system and your DNA.
Your central nervous system too. Number one, that's where Alzheimer's come from. That's worms on the damn brain. They ain't gonna tell you that. Yeah, that's what it is.
There's levels to it because it's mucus really in the brain, and that's the dementia. But once the worms gonna go where the food at, so once it come up, the worm get up there, and you can't remember nothing now, is because the worm's up there, and that's Alzheimer's. But even with that, you can kill and defeat the worms that's inside your body. You just gotta attack them. But if you keep feeding the chicken and overloading your body, not detoxing and not fasting, y'all know what happens. We see our older people all the time.
Yeah. I read the story about Left Eye from TLC, and she did the 40 days, 40 night fast.
Yeah.
And it was real spiritual for her and stuff like that. I heard another brother who done it, and he said he did the 40-day, 40-night fast. He went to use the bathroom. He said a worm came out of him the size of the length of his arm.
Yeah.
We're going to get into y'all website. Y'all website up. So we're going to talk about the website as soon as he bring it up.
Okay. That's cool.
But yeah, he shared that with me. I got another brother now because I do a lot of herbs. I do like Cheney root, sarsaparilla, go to cola.
Okay.
I do a lot of herbs and stuff. They go to the website. Go ahead, Ken.
No, he gonna scroll up. She can just tell us everything that's on there.
Yeah, we're getting ready to have some products added very soon. Baba James is gonna help me out, finesse it. So these are the things we deal with. Definitely pregnant women because I'm a doula, nutrition, and I deal with that through greenhouse foods. Like I'm providing the food tomorrow at our UNIA gathering. So as far as mental health, we had a African dance class, and the theme was a maternal mental health moment. It was something all the mothers needed. It kind of levels out that stress from the daily grind because we're a polyrhythmic people. And so we express joy that way. And when you express in joy, you can't live in fear. You can't live in stress and anxiety. It can't occupy the same space. So even our approach to mental health for our community is going to be practical.
Well needed,
yeah. We do have a donate button. Now it does say $50, but I'm sure if you get on the PayPal, you can change that price. I just can't change it yet, and maybe Baba James can help me change.
Baba James help you out.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, mental health is definitely something that has to be addressed in our community.
Man,
they closing down a lot of these facilities and letting our people walk the streets, and usually a jail cell catch them or a doctor's office.
Yep, you see that's what happened in Detroit. Like in 95, they closed down all the homes for people that had mental health situations, and they just set them out on the streets, and that changed everything.
Yep, and recently in 2017 in Detroit, they did the same.
They did it again.
The same thing. They closed the facilities now, so where you could get some housing, you tend to see them type of people riding the freight, the bus or the train today, just sleeping or under the bridge. They don't have nowhere to go.
They did that here.
Wow.
Yeah, Ken can tell you about it. He deal with the homeless all the time.
Yeah, I deal with the homeless. Been dealing with the homeless for about 7-8 years.
Yeah,
about 8 years. Yeah, so they are the homeless. We used to go to the parks. They like the parks out here. But you know what they do down in Atlanta? Like when a major event come downtown, they kick them out. They kick them out to where they at. You know what I mean? That's for that event, so Atlanta can look clean. You know what I mean? This is what they used to do. They come back to the parks, all up under the bridges and everything. But now what's happening? They like down all the parks. They tore down the what was the name of that shelter on Peach Pie Street? I forgot the name of the shelter.
Yeah, I forgot the name. The brick
Pie Street. We started off there. They tore that down. So now you see the homeless people under the expressways and stuff.
Yep.
It's really hard to get to them now.
Yeah. I seen it's like little tent cities popping up underneath the overpasses.
Yeah.
It's hard to get to them. But these people full of shit though, you know what I mean? Because they ain't all about helping nobody. They're hypocritical, you know what I mean? These politicians ain't about shit. I don't vote for none of them no more, you know what I mean? I see what's going on. What we have to do is build within each other, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's a whole other topic. Let's get back to your whole.
And I hate to digress, but I know there's like a rift between our RBG nation and our indigenous American movement now too. But I'm gonna say this: I don't give two fucks about none of that because I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? I know who I am, where I came from. Nobody's saying slavery didn't happen and there was never a migration there. I'm saying who we are and what we are, it supersedes all of that. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, we the cosmic African, for lack of a better word.
When did you notice that?
This summer.
You've been in Atlanta for about 2 months now, right?
About a month, not even 2 months, about a month. But I've been hip hopping back and forth over the summer, coming to a few events, and I listen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm squashing that right now.
You know, we find anything that they're big and hard.
We gotta stop. If it wasn't for the red, black, and green, I wouldn't have never known I was annually a Chi-Town nut. I would have never really been interested in coming back south, and I would have never met my cousin, who confirmed everything that I was. Granny was dropping little hints, but I always figured Granny a Negro. She just don't identify with Africa. But no, still, when somebody look at me, they looking at Mama Africa. Come on. It don't matter.
Yeah, energy don't lie. We all one under the sun, regardless of wherever we step our foot at, we at home.
Right. Yeah, we was the first here.
Yeah, we the first. We the first everywhere, even in Europe.
Yeah.
And we sent.
My grandma was a full Indian. She used to. My father said she used to sell her hair and stuff. They was so cold. But Chi-Town.
Yep, Choctaw. Okay. They all languages though. Cherokee, Choctaw, Seminole. We spoke different languages. Everybody in Atlanta a Creek Indian, so called to say. Everybody been by the creek and smoked some Mary Jane and chilled by the creek. So we all spoke Creek at a certain time because we all do meet in Atlanta from East Coast, West, up north, and the islands in Florida. We all meet in Atlanta.
You get called here.
We did.
Yeah, they calling this the Black Mecca, the Black Hollywood. So
yeah, we can't let them make it Black Hollywood. We just got to keep being the spot where we can meet and build at.
I like the Mecca. I've been calling it the second Black Renaissance. It ain't the Harlem Renaissance. It's the Atlanta Renaissance. Yeah. And really the West End Renaissance, if you want to keep it 100.
Yeah, that's right.
They say for us the conscious mindset and dealing with the manifestation and elevation, this is our classical time right now, as far as information and knowledge and things of that nature. And then not just that, for us coming together, it's definitely going to be a shift in as far as energy. And a lot of people are going to be getting themselves together. They don't even know why they're getting themselves together because it's going to be cosmic, like you said. And
it's happening now. Yes.
Yeah, it's happening now. And once I got into, like me, myself, I would never think that I'd be learning the Medu Netta. And I did a whole research on far as like protons, neutrons, solitons, and how the study, all the sciences is the study of melanin, and Kim in the Medu Netta is black. And then Stri is the study of. So chemistry is the study of us, and without us, there would be no cures for a lot of things because they literally study us and break down us as far as cells and things of that nature. And we are the only race that gets experimented on. That's why they'll let a white woman, a European, leave the hospital with her placenta, but a melanated woman, it's very hard for her to.
You got to raise hell
with her placenta. And then on top of that, just a lot of us have powerful cells in our body, but that's dealing with the cosmic part of it. And then everything that they put out there is pretty much geared towards the lower chakras, the red, the green, nothing towards the blues, the purples. And a lot of what's going on now is when people go to the hospital, they're getting their blood, free blood. I know a few young ladies went to the hospital. They used to go to the hospital, they'll take a vial of blood. Now they're taking like 3, 4, 5.
You don't even have to go to the hospital. They have plasma centers where you can go sell your blood now.
Yeah, I was like, what are they doing here?
All over Georgia.
Popping up right in the hood.
They selling this stuff to Fortune 500 companies, especially them placentas.
Yes.
They put them in the elder rich people or rich so-called pale people, and we wonder how they living so long.
Yeah.
Black woman's placenta.
Yeah.
For us, if we wanted to do something with that and sell it ourselves, they probably wouldn't even buy or even purchase from us. But to me, or to us, it's food.
And I'm telling
you, can do what you want with that placenta. You know.
And I had some issues about consuming it because I thought that was like a European thing. So I think it was with my 6th child. My doula dehydrated my placenta, put it in capsules. When I tell you the comeback was strong, the glow up was quick with that baby when I got to consume my placenta. Because I've had 5 home births and the rest I've gone to the hospital. And you said a word, Knowledge Born 7, about how they experiment on us.
Yeah.
So it was my first time having to go to the hospital. I started off having my son at home. He's 13 now. But some told me the cord was wrapped around his neck because he wasn't descending properly. Because, I know what to look out for because I'm a birth worker. Get to the hospital, his cord is wrapped around his body 3 times and around his neck. So had to get a C-section. So I'm laid up. I'm thinking I got my baby right next to me. I wake up, he's gone. I'm buzzing him like, hey, give me my baby. Because I already signed no soy milk, no formula. He has to breastfeed. 4 hours go by and I'm buzzing. Well, I get up out of the bed, right out of surgery. And I'm walking the halls looking for my son. Come into a room and it wasn't nothing but spirit led. There's one of them witch doctors, you know what I'm saying? Got 3 white babies on one side of this dark room. Look like a laboratory, not a nursery. Then my son on the other side. And he says, oh, I'm just seeing, I'm doing a little research on why, your baby is born so strong and healthy and these babies aren't thriving yet. But it was evident, my child was bigger and stronger and healthier and looked 2 months older than them babies. But, you don't do that. That's not to be done. So we definitely have to get all of our sisters on board with being responsible for our reproductive health and extending that,
Right.
Reproductive justice is a buzzword right now in the nonprofit sector.
Yeah, but I tell people, the European are leaving of natural causes because of the sun and the sky belongs to us. But they're putting more there are more Europeans now on this health kick more than ever. They're eating right, they're running, they're sunbathing, they're doing whatever they can to further their lifespan. And they still gonna pass away.
They're allergic to the sun.
Some are gonna last a little longer because it's what they lack is neuromelanin.
Right.
So their central nervous system don't have the melanin to decode these new light frequencies that we've moved into because the earth ain't in the same place it's been. Nope. We're interfacing with all kinds of new entities in light code language that they can't process.
Yeah, global warming about to kick in. These people are allergic to the sun, so it's
that's and I tell people that why would this guy, I think it was Bill Gates, say he want to block out the sun? Why would this European say he want to block out the sun? Evidently he want to block out the sun because he know the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty evident. But
it ain't gonna work.
But yeah, definitely that ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work because a lot of us are here and we are in tune with nature. And then as I'm studying the Maduneta, I'm learning that this is a nature language. You know what I'm saying? So when we speak these, we speaking things happening, and people don't realize that things are happening. That's why it's so important for us to speak our languages that we used to speak. You know what I'm saying? If it's Swahili, if it's tree, Ashanti tree, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You mentioned some languages as well. We have to speak what comes from us because it changes us DNA wise. When you speak certain things have to happen as far as the atmosphere and things of that nature. But I know you said you want to present yourself to the community. I think you're already doing that with the knowledge that you're bringing. You know what I'm saying? I think you're already doing that, and definitely being for sure of what you're speaking about and having the experience with it. No one's going to combat that. One thing I always tell people: when you're in the conscious community, make sure you bring some resource material and some real good experiences. I preach on this all the time. Not preach, but mention this all the time. I don't like people with YouTube degrees, internet scholars. I don't like those. I really take them and I turn them apart. If we debate, it's a wrap. I don't care who they are or what school of thought they come from. If you don't have no resource material, no experience, and nothing you can present to people, it doesn't matter. You're wasting time. Because if you're teaching something or you presented something, you get to a certain point where you can't go no further. Now you're hurting the people.
Yeah,
But
misguided.
I see you have a plethora of information, a plethora of knowledge, and I like that.
Thank you. I have to give a shout out to my elders, my family, my community in Detroit. I haven't lived there in about 7-8 years, but I got my start at the Akil Center. It's the Akil Center for Martial Arts now. It started off under Operation Get Down. I'm a product of that Pan-African community. My children went to the Pan-African schools there, Insa-Roma Institute. Shout out to my Insa-Roma family there. So yeah, that's where I got my introduction into what is a Pan-African, what is a nationalist, what's a revolutionary.
Right.
About IMBA, UNIA member through there. Yes, sir.
What side of Detroit you from?
I'm from the east side, but when I left, I was living on the west coast.
Yeah, I'm from the west side. I'm from the west side. Everybody call it Linwood, Davie Lane. But
I'm familiar with Detroit.
Yep, Linwood, Davidson area. Yep, I grew up down the street, Central. I went to Cass.
I went to King.
Yep.
I
went to Cass. So we all like we city folk. But we got like country hearts. We got country soul. We got good soul.
I'm from Chicago, man.
That's what's up. All right.
That's real. Chicago named after a so-called, like a black man, so-called black man. We can't let it die in vain. When I hear all these languages, we saying we should get back to. Yeah, we should start going back to the Choctaw, the Creek, the Chickasaw. Everything that we know, the Seminole. We need to get into, and we can do it right now with the language we speak in the English and not the pig Latin, but the Ebonics we speaking now. It just got to come with feeling. So we just got to mean what we say and then act on it. Like right now, it's gonna be a planet full of so-called black and brown people, and we're gonna have to get along.
You're right. You tell
global warming gonna kick in.
We lead in 9 African nations.
Yeah, and we the majority in 1,200 cities. Yes. We the majority.
Yes.
The majority in 1,200 cities in this part of America. So
yes. Wow. That's what's up. I like that. I like when we bring information, man.
I got that from Dr. Ansari. Now that's an international doctor right there. He passed a bar. You hear me? And we did something in Detroit I didn't know. I don't think a lot of people know about. Under Brother Ramzu and Al Umma, along with Anyawea, the Aboriginal American Anyawea Nation, we linked in a lot of people in Detroit. It's a lot of people that withdrew their consent from the Detroit City Charter and gave consent to each other as a community. So you see autonomous zone sets up to where the police don't get called no way. If you call them anyway, they're not going to come. So we basically got to do it ourselves, like how we talking now. And the people have spoken to where the feds have come and they saying, well, what if DTE doesn't want to do business with you all? Or what if we put you on the news as a scam, as they done? And the people have to come. I know we have to come together with the resources that we have, the Berkey water system to cleanse the water, growing our own food, teaching each other, what we know, so we can get ourselves out these problems. And we're getting no assistance from the people who took the oath to the Constitution. They're just basically telling us the contracts and the treaties between the Indians and the corporation are breached. They're going to keep making money and doing what they do, trying to kill us and many of us off until we wake up and put a stop to it. So that's basically that's where we at with it. When I linked in with Chief Big Ups down in Pittsburgh, he's in Miami right now. He had post 1 in Mississippi and post 2 in Pittsburgh. So I decided to link in and link in with his nation, the Iroquois Council, a Autochthon American nation. Autochthon just means from the earth. And when I linked in with them and started counseling the people to go to whichever nation they wanted to, I saw people striving to who they were inside. That's what brought them, to us. So when I hear certain words or certain things our people saying, and I build with them and I link in, I just send them to where their heart will want to go, not their brain, not what they may want, but where they really need to in their heart. So when I came on and I meet with you all and I'm hearing your energy, I'm feeling your energy, it's all in the right spots. So with y'all community and with ours is we can treaty, you know what I mean, and make this stronger and better. We can always lay back on the great law of peace, and that's what laid out our ancestors laid out for us. Before the Constitution, before the Vatican, and before whatever we write now, the great law of peace is that, and we all would agree with all the principles within it. You know, somebody hit you, you hit them back harder. Look out for your neighbor. Protect your mother and children. Women first. All the principles that we really grew up learning are in the great law of peace.
What's beautiful about our relationship, I'm about 10 years older than Cuz, and I grew up in the grassroots. I've been a UNIA member for years, and I see our youth, the following that they got with this movement, they need to be under the umbrella of the red, black, and green as well. Not just because we've been, it's been established longer, but it's all encompassing. And there are voids that need to be filled, and seats that need to be filled, and responsibilities and torches that need to be passed. And we need one another. And I don't want us to have this generational cutoff because of there's no understanding.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question for you guys. Which for you, sir. Will you speak about the organization? How you guys formed under trust yet?
Trust. Now, trust law is a different level to it. So the trust responsibility and the obligation that the government has to the Indians, that's why I said it's breached. They're letting us know they're not going to uphold their trust and responsibility to us for us letting them stay here. So when you hear people like how Kobe was in their industry and he said we had to do it ourselves, but he's getting money from an industry or a so-called plantation, people like us who are more like grassroots, earthy, spiritual people, we're not getting a paycheck from certain industries. So when we decide to do it ourselves, a certain government comes in, the United States government or corporation comes in and tries to put a stop to us. I don't care if they blocking us on Instagram or Facebook or the platforms, coming to meet with us at facilities like airports and train stations, or just antagonizing or stalking us in public or in traffic. Our culture is getting frowned upon. So I would never lead my people to under trust law. So as Al Umma, that's why it's a split within Detroit. Most people are coming my way because I'm from Detroit, born and raised, and my brother Ram is a great brother, helped the Zimbabwe government for 8 years under Mugabe, and comes back home to Turtle Island, America, and he builds a trust and links in some of the people within our database within that trust. So yeah, I can say we have, but I wouldn't lead my part of the people to trust law because I know the dynamics, or I know the backlash that will come, the aftermath of that. So I believe we should just build on what our ancestors left, these houses, and focus on the children. So you focus on the children and the elders, get the knowledge from the elders. We in the midway, we give it to the children, and we live forever like that.
Yeah, because their world is falling fast, and I challenge the other goddesses, other sisters that have the mind and the heart to focus their will and intent on building our world, and less on what the hell is going on in this anti-culture, or whatever you want to call this whack Babylon shit stem that's running amok. We have to dream this and visualize and build this new world, because we are definitely on the precipice of a golden age for us.
But you know what? By you saying that, man, it's it just, to me, what I've been out here doing work for years, and it's just hard for us just to come together. That if we would ever put our differences aside and start having petty beefs and all the bullshit, let's come together and get some shit done.
That way.
That's
the hardest part.
That's it.
I've been, since I've been in this movement, and I've been here for a long time.
And I've been in Atlanta for about 4 weeks, and the amount of fallout between brothers and sisters and sisters and sisters and brothers and brothers.
And
What kind of teenage soap opera is this shit?
it's like high school. Yeah.
It's like high school. I ain't finna get used to it.
Yeah,
I'm posting something today. Like, if you're not gonna rise to my standard, you for damn sure not gonna drag me down to yours. Because there's some things that must be done before Joya leaves, the 3D.
But see, that's why, like, man, knowledge, we've been through it, so that's why we work with other people. But a lot of that stuff, I just tend to just ignore. You know what I mean? Because I used to be one of them guys when I was young. I used to get mad and hype and all this stuff. It's not even worth the time and energy. So my time is energy, and knowledge is what it's towards building something for us. You know what I mean?
Yep. Energy is the new currency.
Yeah. So you gonna have the people with negative comments. You gonna have people that want to beef over nothing. You know what I mean? I'm willing to put away. I probably don't believe what you believe, but that don't mean that we can't work together. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Because if the shit shut down and we in a 5-block radius, we better work together.
That's what I always say. Yeah. If Mama Nature cut the power out, Nature cut the power out, we would be forced to stick together. Just like when our brothers and our folks, they go to the jails and prison, they don't got the drink, they don't got what they used to. They forced to build stuff off nothing, and it looked damn good. Be like, dang, if you had some resources or just had some stuff, bro, you probably can make anything because you have nothing in building something beautiful. So we got to put that type of energy to, we got damn near everything. Black folk, so-called black folk got money.
Yeah.
All these fireworks on these holidays, I see it $10,000 worth of fire. Come on, man. We could have put that towards the next house.
Yeah.
Now we want to be entertained, man.
Yeah.
No, I have every intention of capturing me a house out here. Like me and Cuz been talking. Because babies open new doors needs a house, birth house. Babies inalienable right to health. We need a resource center. We need a place where a sister can come. She ain't got no place to go, like 24-hour emergency assistance.
Yeah.
We need a place where we can give childbirth education classes within the context of our culture.
Just for the women, though, because we have posts coast to coast. We got posts all across where you can go get you a shower. You about to argue with your spouse? No, don't go to jail or call 911. Come to the post. Let's talk about this. Get your American Indian paperwork, dossier. Just, get your phone charged, get a meal, your natural hair done. You know what I mean? You can just get anything at a post. But we need that for just the women because you might get, it might be 30 people at the post, 20 dudes, and noise level at, an all-time high to where certain women or people who may have to work don't get no sleep. But they well protected, well fed. It's just always a powwow going on. You know what I mean? But depending on which post you at or where you at in America, you can get damn near anything. We got everything in our backyard.
This is why we need you to join the UNIA, because we need access to that, and we're one.
Yeah.
Come on down to Atlanta chapter 421, brother.
Most definitely. I'm for sure. I'm familiar with Brother Bob. That's who built my piece right here for me. Got the black tourmaline.
Bob James, yep.
And the third course bringing the good.
Oh yeah, and he wrapped this for me. We got all kind of gifts and goodies from that good brother.
So we most definitely affiliated, regardless. And I'm gonna definitely gang with y'all so we can treat you and make this bigger and better. Because we do have the same goal. We just attacking it from different ways, just like we getting attacked in different ways.
Did you ever get Sister Joy? Did you ever go to get a chance to go down to Slaughter Church?
No, I really want to go. I can't wait. I've been watching on YouTube, and when you post something, and it does something to my spirit. I'm not a religious woman. I'm a member of the Nation of Islam, a member of the Moorish Science Temple as well, but I'm not a religious woman. I joined those institutions so I can connect with my people and network and be with my people.
Yeah, me neither, but man. I used to go to like community speak outs on Saturdays and stuff. You know what I mean? And about it took about 4 or 5 months. I always said, "Let me go see what the church about," because I like everything seemed like community over there.
Yeah,
I was in church. I was a teenager since I was made to go. You know, so man, I had went on there Sunday, me got to speak. I'm like, oh man. Hey, I've been down with him maybe since. They even gave me a name over there.
Wow.
He got the shelter and everything. They
got all that. Guard.
He help the people, man. So that's why I rock.
He help the people.
That's what's up. I reached out to them over the summer when I was looking for a venue for the mother support circle, and they said they were down to collaborate. I just hadn't made the physical link yet, so that's something that's
gonna manifest.
Real people over there.
Yeah, and then also in the future, me and Kenwater, once our paperwork come back for our 501c3, we will have a facility, and it's gonna be like that. Definitely a business incubator and things of that nature. People can come and really, kind of like rehabilitate themselves. And sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you need a safe house. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And we definitely working on that. We already got incorporated. So we just waiting. Finish this last part, and then it's gonna be going down.
Hey, if y'all need to use Earthlight as a fiduciary, you can. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, sister.
Absolutely.
Hey, did you like our last event? What you got out of what was it like?
Say it again.
Our last event, about 3 weeks ago.
Oh man, it was like a family reunion. Go ahead.
Right.
It was like a family reunion. Like I had all of Detroit vibes, even though I'm in the ATL. But I felt like I knew everybody, even though I didn't know nobody. And I felt love. Like I felt love in the air. It was beautiful. I made some money.
That's right.
It was good for adults and children. In some place, I could bring my shorties and feel safe. So I'm with it, and I'm excited about Tuesday. And I wish that it was open to the general public, so people can get a taste of what they doing in the UNI. What is this about? What is it got to offer?
Well, it's something we just started. You know what I mean? Really, we should have a flyer. We don't, but
that's what I was asking. Yeah.
Hey, Bobby J, I keep on telling when you gonna put the flyer out, but
he the hardest working man in Atlanta, though. Maybe I need to do it. I need to be like, okay, no, yes, somebody might have to do it.
It's gonna be open to the public.
Okay.
We just started.
Well, he and I are gonna do the Watoto Village. Watoto means children in Kiswahili. So we'll have structured activities for the children between the hours of 4 and 6 on Tuesdays.
Cool.
Yeah.
You need to get up Sunday about for the 29th event.
No, I don't know what's up. You're gonna have to hit me.
I'm gonna hit you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hit you. Dr. Inky and Killer Priest gonna be there.
Oh, I think
Venus Spaces is still available. So.
What day is it again?
11/29.
Oh, we'll be back from the D by then. All right.
Yeah.
I would love to get out there.
Yeah. So I send you Sandiata, the brother who throwing. I'm gonna send you some information. So you
Thank you.
Down there. So yeah.
Cool.
Man, that's about it. That's about it, man.
Hey, well, thank you for the opportunity. I've seen y'all so many times already in the community, and now I feel like I know you a little bit better. So this.
You want your information before we get up out of here.
All right. Well, our nonprofit is Earthlight Health and Holistic Wellness, and it's earthlightholistic.org, the website that y'all saw. We have Sun Lotus Holistic Services. I do mobile massage, among other things. And it's sunlotusholisticservices.com, the website for that. Also have a website for my doula service. It's Lotus Born Doula. And Facebook pages for all of this. I'm Joya. And my business number, 256-945-2749. You can hit me up on the email, joyaportiz7@gmail.com. And that's PORTIES, Portiz.
If y'all ever want to reach out to me, I'm on Instagram under Chief Django. I'm really blacklisted right now, like Boosie and Kanye. So y'all can get me on Facebook under Django X Jazulu. That's Django like the movie. Mm-hmm. And my personal number or contact number 313-828-2685, or you can hit me on the Gmail at Chief Unaha. That's Chief CHIEF JUN AJAW Aha. Unaha, just name of the supernatural in Mayan. Is the Maya people of the Mayan language. got 2 daughters named Maya, named them after our people. So, so I'm back and forth between post 3 in Detroit and then post 4 in Fort Valley, Georgia. That's right outside Macon. Looking for a spot in Atlanta because Macon is a little, nice ways away, and Atlanta definitely needs
it's got
a
to
post
here,
for real.
Definitely. I wanted to speak to the Mayan reality real quick before we end this broadcast. These so-called Indian tribes in North America are offshoot of the Mayan Olmec people that were us, that we don't get credit for. It's been many migrations, and the last one from the Yucatan Peninsula is where all of these Cherokee, Choctaw, all of these came from. These, especially the southeastern woodland so-called Indians. But that's us, the melanated cosmic people, intergalactic people.
Yeah, say started Olmec. You get Olmec, you might hear she or XI, she tried. Olmec comes first. The big Olmec sculptures, big lips, big nose, look like football players. So-called people like Shaq size, right. on my mama, on God, on baby. It's like you just love your mama. What you say, Ma? Okay, we build the pyramid. You got the blueprint. We'll do it. Then you get the Maya people. That's when we start writing language. Mayan is Hebrew. It's the same thing. It's just a different word term for it. So when you get Maya or Hebrew, Pig Latin and Spanish and English come from Latin. Latin comes from Mayan, and Mayan and Hebrew are the same thing. So when you look at how the Aztecs, when the Mongoloids came and the Aztecs started to form, that's when we started to trade on each other and started to flee from the Yucatan
and get sold.
Central South America. We left that energy in Cali, West Coast, so-called to say, the Asians and the Hispanics, and we settled down south. When we settled down south, the first 13 colonies, before the first 13 colonies, I'm talking about when Louisiana was West Florida, we wrote the Constitution and let these people, immigrants, these pale people stay here. And before we killed them all, we taught them how to season food, and they're working for us for the rest of their life. So when we call up one and number 2, let me get 4 number 2s and 4 lemonades. Okay, 10 minutes. They are working every day for the rest of their life, and they're trying to make the best out of it. You know what I mean? I would be mad too, especially if I was allergic to the sun and had the person jumping Vince Carter, Michael Jordan over me, and stronger Mayweather, LeBron James, me. I would be kind of mad too, but once we started speaking different languages, I'm talking about Cherokee, Choctaw, Blackfoot, Chickasaw, whatever you were speaking, Pomo, Apache, depending on where you at, it derives all the way back to the Olmec and the Maya people of the Mayan language. And the last thing, or the last so-called migration that we see, other than us coming from north going back down south, is when we left down south and went north. It's like a fight over the labor disputes. We really are fighting over who wants to be taxed and who wants to be a worker or employee or so-called slave. So down south feel like, hey, we want to tax everybody. Out west in Cali, those pale people don't feel like they should pay anything. They feel like they shouldn't pay no taxes. Up north, we don't want to be taxed. If you want to tax the foreigner. And then the first 13 colonies with all the tolls, and they tax everybody. No matter who you are, you getting taxed around here every time you come off the tolls. So I'm looking at all the aspects of how we migrate and how we do things. We basically do have to come together and put a stop to it. No matter where we at, you got to come together with who around you and put a stop to the problems we face.
Yeah, by saying that, man, we got to wrap it up, man. We need to have y'all on our Rebel Vision Television, man. And everybody out there, check out Rebel Vision Television, man. Rebels Roundtable this Thursday, 9 p.m. Give me a dope show.
Right, that's it. Another dope show on Revolt Discussion Radio. We had a beautiful guest and lots of information. You know what I'm saying? All I say is peace and power to the people. And man, let's unify and wake up.
All right. Hope to see y'all tomorrow evening.
Peace, y'all. Peace.
All right. Peace.
They know something.
So we shutting down their businesses and buying back the block. Yeah, we shutting down their businesses and buying back the block. Every hustler that could hustle, start investing in your spot. Don't you see these vacant houses and you see these vacant lots? So we shutting down their businesses and buying back the block. Yeah, we buying back the block. My brothers buying back the block. Sisters buying back the block. My sisters buying back the block. Don't you see these vacant houses and you see these vacant lots? So we shutting down their businesses and buying back the block. Yeah, we buying back the block. My OGs buying back the block. Youngins buying back the block. My youngins buying back the block. Start investing in yourselves is what we do, cause they do not. So we shutting down their businesses and buying back the block. If we gon' get this cash and chop, this bullshit's got to stop. All this his beef, her beef, this and that, man, let's just get some guap. Dodging SWAT and got the digi, really, let's invest in stock. I suggest we cash some checks, it's really just a building block. See my circles talking cheese and bread and dough like pizza box. So let's get some cheese and bread and dough for our own pizza shop. And we never needin' your fast food when auntie making plates, cause that's fish and fries, you get 2 sides of drink and slice of cake. The mechanic shop, the barber shop, the hair and nail salon. On the corner store or grocery store, let's get some seasoned farm. Cause when summertime, when school let out, we started up a julep house. Then we passed it to the kids to show them what this bit is about. Used to grind the tubers out the Buick with the music clout. Now he with the wife and kids to show you what them Jews about. 10%, $100,000, it's in stacks. So all you need is $10,000 to buy a house for 100 racks. Wait, all you need is $10,000 to buy a house for 100 racks. Yup, all you need is $10,000. Think of that with your income tax. Shutting down their businesses and buying back the block. And let's open our own business so we'll have some place to shop. Start investing in ourselves, is what we do, cause they do not. So we shutting down their businesses and buying back the block. Yeah, we shutting down their businesses and buying back the block. Every hustler that could hustle, start investing in your spot. Don't you see these vacant houses and you see these vacant lots? So we shutting down their businesses and buying back the block. Yeah, if you getting money, stop buying back the neighborhood. Buy up these houses, these empty lots. Stop buying buildings, opening businesses. Stop buying land, property. You know what I'm saying? If you want to multiply your choppy, I don't care how you getting your bread. Shout out to my peoples up at Be Healthy. You know what I mean? Why we ain't got no black grocery stores?
DJ Nani Non.